Welcome, and I wanted to speak about this transition period that we are currently in. September 2022 to September 23 is the first year, September 23 to September 24 is the second year of the transition. And one of the messages that I've been hearing really often, so really frequently, and really with a lot of emphasis about this period is really about coming into relationship, or coming back into, I should say, back into relationship with what humans tend to label as things. And it's because we have lost our relationship with things that we then can feel that we don't have to talk to it, listen to it, honor it, respect it, be grateful for it. It becomes just part of our background noise, if you like, or part of our taken for granted life. And we're being asked to start to see almost like the things that we would label as things, instead of seeing them as things or as something that is disposable or changeable or usable. Humans always want to use things for their advantage. Is to actually sort of become into relationship with them as if they were a person, and therefore if we were in relationship with a person, what attributes of that relationship would we have? We would listen, we would maybe actively listen, we would ask for advice, we would have fun with, we would have a sense of appreciation. And so we've lost a lot of this with many things in our lives. And we talked about gratitude in the membership in previous months, in which I'd encouraged everybody to utilize gratitude, or one of the great benefits of gratitude is how it brings you back into relationship with things. So if we want to use gratitude, we can, in this instance, to reform, or even for the very first time, create a new relationship with the things around us. And the obvious place to start, I would suggest, is nature. There's a lot of wisdom, and I'm getting a lot of messages, and I have over the years received a lot of messages about coming back into relationship with nature. You know, we would often call it communing with nature. But I think the phrasing now is to come into relationship with the different elements, the trees, the plants, the flowers, the animals, the insects. And instead of just observing, and we start with observation often, we may start with observation, but really communing, really having a desire to learn from, be with. And that can be in silence, or you can open up a dialogue. But it's to really foster a relationship with our natural surroundings, to learn from them, to listen to them, rather than us guessing what these things need from us. Let us just ask them, what do you need from me? How can I assist you? How can I be a benefit to you? How can I bring joy into your life? And we can do this with what humans have previously thought as being unconscious. All living creatures are conscious to a certain level, and therefore we can understand each other at a certain level. So to become in relation with the things around us. Now, nature is the natural starting point, but we can do it with anything in our lives. And that is what gratitude, when we talked about in the membership, really was offering us. And I gave the example of folding my clothes in the Marie Kondo way. And I had these old clothes, and I sort of felt a bit burdened by them. I'd kept them because I didn't want to be wasteful and throw them out, but they had holes in them, so I'd kept them. But I didn't feel good when I wore them, and I didn't feel great sort of keeping them because I had so many of them. And then once I actually started to fold them in a caring, kind, loving way, it changed my relationship with these old clothes. And instead of thinking, oh, they're old and they got holes in it, and having a negative thought pattern around it, when I folded them with the same care and respect as my favourite clothes and my newer clothes, I actually realised that they'd already given and contributed so much to my life. At some point, I did wear them all the time. I did love to wear them. We had a lot of fun together. We've got great memories. I got photos of myself in those clothes. And so actually, by changing my relationship with those clothes, those old clothes, I actually found the respect again. I found the love again, because I was like, not only did you give me your life and contribute so positively to me, but now you've got a second life as my gardening clothes or my home clothes, and you're giving me a second contribution that I couldn't really have foreseen. And so this is, I give that example because just by offering gratitude and kindness and love and respect to these inanimate objects, we would say they're inanimate, but in the Shinto religion, all things have spirits. Everything has a spirit, and in spiritual terms, everything is made out of the same source energy. Everything is made out of love and light, effectively, in the most abbreviated way of saying that. It all comes from the same source energy, and therefore we are all made up of the same things, and therefore why can't we classify everything on the same level as consciousness? Why do we say that's inanimate, that's animate, that's worthy, that's not worthy? And that's our human judgment saying what things are. And therefore, when we don't have that respect, we don't have that love, we don't have that relationship, well, then it's open to us abusing it. And we've got to learn this as humans in this next period. And this transition is really our preparation for this, is to open ourselves up to not say, oh, well, that's just that's just a piece of wood, or that's just a tree, or that's just a glass of water. I don't have to do anything special. I don't have to respect it. I don't have to love it. I don't have to be grateful for it. Yeah, no, let's do all of that. Let's find that gratitude. Let's find the respect. Let's find the connectivity. Let's come into relationship with these items, these nuggets of consciousness, and change our relationship with them. And that is a very big theme that's come up for me. So I really wanted to share that, because I can see it across the board in so many different places. And, again, in the membership, we were toning our chakras the other day, and we were looking at the root chakra. And I just sort of left that call, the membership call, thinking I need to do some work here. I think there's something for me to look at. And what I realised I needed to look at was my relationship with the earth and my relationship with grounding, and why I always resisted it. Why was I resisting it? And I had to come into proper relationship with the earth, probably for the first time ever. I had resisted so many things about Mother Gaia for no reason really, just for silly mind reasons. And when I started to see the earth with very different eyes, my relationship automatically changed. I went out today barefoot on my grass, and I said good morning to the earth as well as to the sun. And this is it, like, we take so much for granted, and bringing us back into relationship really brings us back into connection with everything around us. And who doesn't like more belonging? Who doesn't like more acceptance? Who doesn't want more love, right? And so this is a loving relationship we're reconnecting back into. So yes, a theme to keep in mind for the coming year.